family. Welcome to Blind and Thriving. Tonight's guest is bringing the jokes, the joy, and maybe even a few punchlines about her kind. I'm trying to be funny too, but
No, you're good. You're doing a great job.
she's a brand new comedian and already showing the world that comedy sees no boundaries.
Oh yeah.
Let's give it up for our special guest, Miss Selena.
Woo! I did it. Yes, my name it's Selena Gomez. It's not a stage name. I was born first. And I'm kind of mad at that little actress girl because she put out some Oreos, and Oreos are my favorite cookies. So she's just taking my life.
Okay. Well, I'm excited. Look, I've been bragging to all my friends about you. I was like, y'all gotta tune in. This is gonna be epic. Like, so tell us a little bit about yourself. You already told us your name. Could you please let us know your eye condition and when you was diagnosed?
Okay. I had retina detachments. It actually started like 20 years ago in my left eye. I literally woke up one day and half my vision was gone in my left eye. And then I went to the eye doc, and of course it was like July 3rd, and everyone was out. No doctors were taking me, or
Right.
right. So I finally get to the doctor on July 5th, and he literally says, "Oh, blank, we have to get you into surgery." So that started the whole process of the first was oil, or no, the first time it was an air bubble. Then it happened again, and then I did oil. And then there was a buckle and a cataract surgery, and
Dang.
you know how it went down. It goes
Yeah.
after a while, and then eventually, probably about 2010, I lost everything in my left eye, but I still have my right eye.
Okay.
But then, like in 2008, I was actually selling merch for Obama's acceptance speech in Denver, and all of a sudden I see like blood in my right eye, and
Wow.
that was like a whole journey. And the next day I was in the surgery getting my other eye worked on, and from lasers to cataracts. About 5 years ago, I started losing my right eye completely. I had a cornea, actually, I had a glaucoma surgery and then a cornea transplant, and then she said she was done, so we were done.
Yeah. She didn't want to. She didn't want to fool with it anymore.
No, she said you've been poking around me for too long. I'm gonna go
Right.
take a nap for the rest of your life.
Right. So silly.
So
So
yeah,
do they know what caused your detachment?
it was, they said my eye was too long. So there wasn't enough retina. So basically, they were like, if you imagine wallpaper and you like pull it apart, there's going to start being tears in it. So
Okay.
that's what happened. I just didn't have enough retina to coat the eyeball. But yeah, after
Dang.
all the surgeries and stuff, it got worse. And it's very interesting. I had my last surgery, which was cataract surgery in 2020, right in the height of all the COVID. And that same year, I was actually supposed to get married in April 2020. So that got pushed back. Then I had a cornea transplant, and then I found out my fiance was cheating on me.
Huh.
And yeah, it was a whole mess. And then, of course, as I lost my vision, at the time I was working for Live Nation, so I was doing concerts in
Okay.
Seattle, Washington, and I adored my job. I was an accountant. I loved it so much. But as
Mhm.
my eyes just started, the right eye just started to die off, like I couldn't stay. I had to quit. So within like by, early 2021, I lost my job, my eyesight, my fiance. I moved from Washington back to Texas. Like my whole life just went downhill.
It changed.
Yes.
So within the changing,
Yeah.
did you find yourself? Was it easy to cope, or did you find yourself in a depressive state?
Oh, I was depressed. I was angry. I was trying to like go through all of it and like literally lost like everything, what I thought was everything
Right.
in my life at the time. And yeah, I was not a very nice person. There were some moments where I was like, what's the point? And then I got a therapist, and then I just kind of slowly started digging my way out. And then I went back and I did in the town that I live in. Well, I was living in. I lived in Del Rio, Texas, which is on the border of Mexico, and that's my hometown. And I started to work at the radio station again. I went and I did morning. It was a morning personality, so that was a great job for a blind person. I didn't have to
Right,
read
right.
anything.
And it seemed like you have the personality for it. So I know we had talked before we
Yeah.
got on live. So do you do the comedy and do you still do the radio?
No, I actually, in January this year, I moved to San Antonio, which is like 2.5 hours away from Del Rio, and I'm just doing comedy right now. Thankfully, I have family friends that had an empty house, and they're like, "We'll give you some cheap rent," and I
Okay.
said, "Let's go for it." And I'm by myself the majority of the time. My boyfriend still lives in Del Rio, and he comes to visit, but I had such independence before I went blind that I was like, no, I'm gonna get back to this. I'm gonna do it. So yeah,
Right.
I'm learning to live in San Antonio alone and figuring it all out. And I feel I'm doing okay. Not doing too bad.
Hey, look, the thing is, when we hit bumps in the road and we cry and we
Yep.
cuss and do all this other stuff,
Yep.
get like I tell myself, girl, like get over it because the retinitis pigmentosa is not going nowhere,
Yep.
and you know you want to be outside, so
Yep.
you got to do something about
Yeah,
it.
right. And it's so weird. I know this sounds so cheesy, but I really do feel like everything happens for a reason. And not saying like I'm so glad my eyesight went away, but
Right.
my life is completely different and in a good way.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would have been on this journey if it wasn't for the fact that I lost my eyesight. And so far I'm like having a blast. Like I recently got to open up for Gabriel Iglesias Fluffy
Oh,
in San Antonio. I got to be on stage in front of a 1,700 seat venue. They put it on cable. Like it was a whole thing
what?
in that, and it was just amazing. And then I got accepted to a festival in Chicago that's happening next week, but unfortunately, I can't go because my sister was unable to take me. So
Yeah.
I've this week I have actually have decided I need to go and do some more cane training, some more mobility training, so I don't have to wait around for anybody to take me.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So I want to ask you,
Yeah.
you kind of said, well, so what made you be like, I'm gonna do comedy? What brought that on?
I would say the radio did it mostly, and then I watched the stand up, and I cannot remember who it was, but I was like, I could do better than that.
Okay, okay.
So no, and it is a thing. Like I think doing radio, I had done it off and on for 10 years, and being able to make jokes and take jokes from people. People would
Right.
roast you hard. Like I was called fat and ugly, and I'm a woman. Go back to the kitchen. Like
Mm,
people would say the ugliest things to me, and I'm like, if people can say the ugliest things to me, like just texting, like I don't think it's going to be much different going on stage. Like I'm used to people like heckling in a sense. And
right.
within this, yeah, like I said, I moved here in January, and I have been very blessed that my career in San Antonio has kind of exploded pretty quickly. And it's insane and wonderful. And I'm about to go to Vegas at the end of this month to do some shows, and then fingers crossed. And then yeah, I'm just having shows here and around. I've done some shows outside of Austin, and so yeah, it's exciting. I'm really looking forward to it. I had met another blind comedian here in San Antonio when I first started, but unfortunately he passed away.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, his name was Sunny, and he was such a sweet man. Like I got to be on the stage with him,
Hmm.
and it was phenomenal. And I honestly just think about him, and I think about other blind people. Like people are
Hmm.
always like worried about us, and things aren't gonna like I don't just sit in the dark. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, how was it for you that first time going on stage?
Oh my gosh. Um, a lot of shaking. A lot of since I can't see, the first open mic I did, I like had to memorize it. And usually what people do for an open mic, it's there, you practice your jokes. People have note cards or their phone. You get a set amount of time, and like with when you have like 1 minute left, they like turn on a light so you know to like wind down. So
Right.
I didn't have that. So I had sat there and like basically timed it out on my own at home, and I was so afraid I was gonna miss something or forget something. But I mean, as soon as I kind of got that first laugh, I was good. It's it's insane. It's such a wonderful feeling the moment you say something and the room just starts laughing.
Right.
It's great. And it's so funny. I do a joke about how like I'm like, oh, if you want a pity laugh, that's fine as long as someone's laughing. laughing.
Right. Okay.
But I
Exactly.
genuinely do not get pity laughs. Like I'm not like right in, my blindness. Like I'm not just a blind comedian. Like I'm so,
That part.
so yeah. And I
Mhm.
want to do great jokes. I want to, tell great stories. So.
Well, maybe you could tell something about me because I don't know if I didn't tell you. I get talked about and I get trolled all the time on social media because I'm a light skinned black woman and I have face tattoos. I'm completely covered in tattoos.
Oh
So
my God, how beautiful.
they'll tell me, why do you have tattoos and you're blind? You can't even see them. Like they go in on me.
This I got a back tattoo. I got another one on my back. I'm planning on
Mhm.
getting another one. It's none of anybody's business. If I want to show art that I love or used to love, then
Right.
that's my choice.
Right. Hey, they think we can't still live our life and express
Yes.
ourselves, you know?
Isn't that it's so crazy because I don't know if you can see, like I'm wearing a shiny dress,
Okay.
and I wear a lot of I wear a lot of sequins on stage. My cane is has rhinestones on it,
I love it.
and I am like obsessed with anything sparkles because every once in a while I can see it in the sun, just right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And like even that to me is important, but I
Right.
kind of took something from Lady Gaga. She said that her grandmother had been losing her vision, so Lady Gaga wouldn't wear pants on stage so her grandmother could see her dance. And I was like, well, I'll wear rhinestones or sparkly stuff on stage. If there is someone with low vision, then,
Right.
they kind of know where to look, if that makes
Right.
sense.
Right. Because I'm
Yeah.
sure the bright lights and the
Yep.
shimmer.
Yep.
Yeah, I get it. I
Yep.
get
No,
it.
there's no reason not to live your life the way you want. And it's funny, like even now, the other day I went to Del Rio and I forgot my toothbrush. And then my boyfriend and I went to the store and I said, oh, I need to get a toothbrush. And he goes, okay. And I was like, ooh, and I have a purple one. And
Uh-huh.
he goes, there's only red or blue. And I literally took like 30 seconds and was like, which color do I want? Because even if I can't see it, it's still,
Right.
I don't know why, like, that's just something to me. Like, it's still my aesthetic, it's still my style, even
That's what I'm
though.
saying. They think that we just really just like lose ourselves. Like we
Yeah.
still are different. We
Yeah.
all different individuals. We all have different tastes.
Yup.
You know, we just it's crazy to me.
It is.
So I go
Oh,
ahead.
no, I'm just saying, like, it's so interesting how completely different you going blind has like made people react around me, and it's very curious. Curious sometimes. I'm afraid. I feel like sometimes they're afraid to talk to me or to deal
Uh-huh.
with me. It's interesting.
So do you find people scream at you? Do they talk loud?
Yes. Or if I go somewhere with my friend or family member, and so like they'll always talk to them like, oh, what does she need, or what should do we need to do anything for her? I'm like, bro, I'm right here. Like
Right.
I'm not Helen Keller, boo boo. Like
Right.
I can
Hold
hear.
on, wait a minute, girl. That's my I just had my gene mutation done and I have Usher's 2A. I
Oh,
am the modern day Helen Keller.
yes, girl. I'm gonna be real honest. Sometimes I pretend like I don't hear my boyfriend just so I don't have to listen to it. Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you because I'm blind. So sorry.
Okay. Hey, that's what the world thinks anyway.
It's so weird. Another thing I've noticed that people like to do, which I joke about this in one of my sets, I talk about how like anywhere I go, someone always finds me a chair to sit in, and I'm like, I'm not complaining. I love sitting,
Right.
but I just think it's funny because I'm like, what is your thought process? Like, I'm just gonna like take off and run into the street and like get hit by a car. Like, it's so funny. They always want to find me a place to sit down. So, as a chubby girl, I appreciate it.
They probably think you gonna hurt yourself. You know, that's one
Yeah,
of the stereotypes too.
yeah. I mean, I do hurt myself, but that's it's because I'm moving around too fast.
Right,
I think.
right. Hey, tell me about it. I do not walk in the house without shoes on
Ugh.
because I always hit my toes.
I still haven't learned my lesson. Like I have to get pedicures with like shellac on it because like
Uh-huh.
90% of the time I like break my toenails and then they look like shark teeth.
Yeah.
And then I'm basically really good to take camping because I can just like grab a salmon with my toenails right out of the water.
Yeah.
I like Kata! My talons.
So you mentioned you have a boyfriend. Do you want to tell us how did y'all meet?
We actually met on Tinder, but the
Oh,
funny thing is, I had known him before. He worked for the newspaper, and he's an editor of the newspaper in Del Rio. And he had actually interviewed me like maybe 7 years before that for a show that I did. So I just knew him. He was friends with some of my friends and all that. And then it kind of just like the people are like, well, how did you use Tinder? And my thing is, well, I only swiped right on people who wrote complete sentences because I like punctuation with my dirty talk. So,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
so yeah, that's how I met him. And, we've been together. August was 3 years. We've been dating for 3 years. So
Okay.
he's so kind.
So y'all met while you were blind, right?
Yes, 100%.
So let me ask you about the Tinder app. I remember you told me you're a voiceover user.
Yes.
So how does Tinder work for people that use voiceover?
It's not the best. I haven't been on it in 3 years, so I don't know if like the accessibility has changed on it.
Mhm.
But it would at the time like voiceover didn't describe like photos.
Okay.
I would be able to click into the profile and then read their little about me section.
Yeah.
Also, I remember that like the back button wouldn't say back, it would just be like button, like it
Yeah.
was it was something that you had to like literally figure out. It was like some weird code situation because it
Okay.
absolutely was not accessible. So but it might be different now. I
Yeah.
hope I don't have to find out because I really like that guy.
And that's good because that's what I was supposed to say too. I
Yeah.
have a lot of friends that's blind and visually impaired, and they think,
Mhm.
oh, I'm going to be by myself for the rest of my life. Nobody's going to want me. But hey, y'all have somebody right here that
Yeah.
found love.
Yep. And what's so funny is like I was the same way. Like after I lost my ex-fiance, like I was like, that's it. Like I'm alone. And I, of course, had to like go through a lot of therapy on that. And then it got to the point where I started to love myself enough where I don't need a boyfriend. I want a
Mhm.
boyfriend.
Mhm.
Like, thankfully, I have an amazing support team with my family and my friends. So, yeah, like, being in a relationship now is a partnership. I didn't date him just so that he would take care of me. I didn't date him
Right.
because I had expectations of him, walking me around for the rest of my life. So I think once you get past that mentality of like, I need a boyfriend or a spouse or, whatever, a girlfriend, then I think it's a lot easier. So, I mean,
Right.
that's kind of what I learned from, the ex-fiance. I remember being like, hey, I'm probably going to eventually go blind. And he was like, I love you. I'll be there for you. And like a month
That
and a
is
half
so
after I had a
beautiful.
cornea transplant and it didn't work, he was already out the door. So it was crazy and it was sad. And I absolutely learned that you don't know someone, you can't control anybody. So
Right.
just love your life and live your life.
That happened to me. I was married when I found out that I had retinitis pigmentosa,
Yeah.
and he started to cheat on me. And I don't know if you know about retinitis. One of the first signs is night blindness.
Yeah.
So, baby, I tried to drive there because I was supposed to go do damage control,
Oh
and
no.
I couldn't. And I started crying because I couldn't get there because I couldn't see.
You couldn't see. Girl, I found out my ex fiance was cheating on me through Venmo.
What?
So he was living in Washington State while I was in Texas, and I had a friend send me some money, and I went and I was using voiceover, so I went to close the app, and my finger touched it, said so and so sent so and so some money, and I said, "Who's that girl?" And I went and I found her on Facebook, and I sent screenshots to my visual girls, and
Right.
they're like, yeah, why is he like in a relationship with this other girl? And I said, I don't know. And then turns out he like proposed to her on Christmas. So, and it
Wow.
was such a like so crazy. Like he literally, I didn't find out until like at mid-January, like all of this was going down. But he was basically, we had changed our wedding from Vegas to Texas, and I had called him and I was like, hey, the venue wants some money. Like I'm not comfortable giving them money until you come down. Like, cause I started,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
when and he was like, no, it's absolutely fine. And I was like, okay. And I hung up and I said, I'm not paying them until he comes down. And less than like 3 or 4 days later, I found out that he was cheating on me.
Ooh.
Even after telling me to put money down for a friggin' wedding, I was like, what is happening? Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh yeah, I know all about it. I went through it. But now that I look back on it, I'm like, that was a blessing.
Yes, 100%. Thank God.
Yes. Because we both of us didn't need to be with somebody like that. We
Yep.
probably would have been miserable. And like you said, everything happened for a reason.
It does.
So
It absolutely does. So, and I know it sucks because I know people would tell me that whenever, I first started going blind, and I'd be like, really? Really? Do you think this is what I want? Like it was
right.
difficult, man. It was difficult.
Yeah, I get it. I can
Yep.
definitely relate
Yep.
on that. So, when is your next event that you're going to? I know you said you were supposed to be going to one, but you
Yeah.
didn't have a ride. That's
Yeah.
that's that's stuff that we deal with.
Yeah, right. Like I have been talking about, like I think I got approved for Chicago in the end of June. Like it was a Latina comedy festival, and I was asking everyone if they could go, and of course a lot of my friends have a job, and of
Yeah,
course kids, and my sister was like, yeah, I'll take you. And then things have not been really good with her business right now, so she can't just leave.
yeah, yeah.
So it is that thing where I don't got a ride, and it's just
Hey,
something like I was I was sad. It hurt my feelings and my heart, and it was something I was really looking forward to. But I think now that I've been blind for a little while, I'm kind of like, all right, like crap happens. We just got to accept it and move on. And
yeah.
if this is what's supposed to happen, it'll happen. If not, it won't.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
then, but yeah. So I mean, the next show I'm doing mostly Texas right now, or San Antonio area.
Okay.
I'm got a show on the October 15th, and a drag show slash comedy show on October 18th,
Okay.
and then the last week of October, I'm planning on going to Vegas and like doing some open mics out there and stuff like that. So
That is gonna be epic.
yes, it's been really awesome. Like
Uh-huh.
I am very, very, very excited. Where are you located? Because I meant to
I'm
ask you.
not far from you.
Really,
I'm in Port Arthur, Texas.
girl? I'm from Groves, Texas.
What you say?
I was born in Port Arthur, lived in Groves until 1999, and then we moved to Del Rio, Texas.
That's
Girl,
crazy.
holy crap! That is insane.
Uh-huh.
That is so random.
That
I'll
is.
be like, people will be like, well, where are you from originally? I was like, well, Port Arthur, Groves, and no one knows until you say like
Nobody
Beaumont.
knows.
Yes,
It's
until you say
it's
Beaumont,
nothing
they're like,
out
oh,
here.
okay. That is
Yeah.
so crazy. Well, hello.
Hey girl.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I
And,
plan on going to Houston soon, so maybe we can figure out something in
um,
Houston if we can get you up there and
I
we
don't
go.
know if. Oh, I go everywhere. I have a guide dog, so
Heck yeah.
I will jump on the plane, on the
Yes.
bus.
Okay, cool, cool. Oh my god, that is so I'm like I got chills. I'm not gonna lie, I got like chills.
Hmm.
That is so cool.
They have a NFB convention, a small one that's
Uh-huh.
in the end of October.
Okay.
That's going to be in Houston. So I'm
Okay.
debating on now if I'm going to go.
What are the dates on that? I mean, well,
I think it's November.
the
I
first and
when
all
when
that.
I when I get off,
Okay.
I'm gonna go
Let
make
me know.
sure, and I'm gonna send them to you.
Yes. Okay. Oh my God, that's so crazy. I'm just
Yeah,
like, no one ever knows where Port Arthur Groves is. Oh,
never.
that's amazing. That's so cool.
Yeah. Hopefully, I want to move soon though because I had trouble with paratransit transportation out here.
Yeah.
So
It's,
yeah.
is it, I mean, I'm doing it. I did it in Del Rio. It was okay. It was small town, so it wasn't as, difficult as it is like now here. I mean, I'm assuming this is in all major cities, but you
Mhm.
have to be ready 2.5 hours before you even go
Mhm.
anywhere. And just kind of hang out and wait around a lot. So
Yes.
I'm not a very patient person on that, so that's
You
kind of
better learn to have them,
I
girl, if you're gonna
right.
be riding that.
You don't have a choice, Gomez. Ugh.
Man,
So
I complain so much to where I'm like, I've definitely learned a lot of patience going
yeah.
through all of this.
I mean, I've learned that I listen to podcasts or I get into a good audiobook, and so that's kind of my way to deal with it. Honestly, I've been able to bribe some of the comics to take me to some of the open mics. So that's been
Oh,
really
that's
cool.
good.
Yeah, they've been very supportive, and they get it, and they think I'm worth something, I guess. Guess.
Hey, and
Yeah, I'll
you
take
are.
it.
So I don't want to put you on the spot, but the spot is how you go learn. You go figure out if you really really good at the comedy stuff. So can you, before we get off, can
Yeah.
you give us a few kicks and giggles?
Oh,
Alexa,
like
stop.
what I usually do? Okay. So, like my style, I kind of go in with this. I'm like a cocky, humble person.
Okay.
So, I do this joke about how I hate inspirational blind people. And
All
I
right,
talk about
girl.
how, there's gentlemen who climb Mount Everest. And I was like, why? It's not like he can see the view. And
Uh-huh.
then I'm like, oh, who did most of the work are the Sherpas. So I just make this joke about, like how the Sherpas did everything. And then I'll go and be like, I'm just jealous because the other day I made macaroni and cheese alone for the first time, but I used chocolate milk instead of regular milk. So I kind of do jokes like that. So
Okay.
I make fun of us, but also at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I'm that person too. And
I
then,
did that before.
yeah,
Put something in. I thought it was a cooking oil, and it was really fabuloso. I don't know
yes,
why I
girl,
didn't smell
yes.
it.
Dude, the other day I got one of those cleaning pods and thinking it was coffee, and I was like, this is not coffee. This is chemicals. It's just part of it. It's so interesting.
For sure.
Yeah,
Well,
no, and I also like to do my cane, like I said, is covered in rhinestones. So I like to do a joke where I know there's some gentlemen out there that think this is a collapsible stripper pole, but it's not. Not that I haven't tried. So, and then I do some a little dirty stuff. But yeah, like
okay.
I incorporate, the blindness into it because you gotta let people know, like they know
Right.
you're blind. So, and it's really funny. I've noticed like whenever I get let out to the microphone, the whole like place will get really quiet. And I then start like messing with the mic and like pretending I don't know what I'm doing
Uh-huh.
before I
Yeah.
actually start talking. And then you could hear everyone like, oh my God, that poor blind girl. Like, dude. And then I just start making them laugh. So I make it awkward and then I make it where they laugh.
That's insane. Yeah. Because they probably saying, well, how she's going to find the mic and this
Uh-huh.
and that.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'm still learning how to be blind. I need to be a better blind person. Haven't, I haven't had a lot of training, mobility training. I had some like 10, 15 years ago when my left eye went, but I need to do a refresher. I need to
Yes.
kind of work on that. But that's the new plan, because I never A, want to be stuck somewhere, B, I don't want to have to depend on people when I travel. If I can go, if I can figure it out on my own, I'm going. So
Right.
yeah, can't give
I
up.
most definitely get it. I get it.
Yeah.
And since we're talking about canes, because before I got my guide dog,
Uh-huh.
um, I didn't bedazzle my cane, but I
Yeah.
have it wrapped in like it looks like a rainbow.
Yes, the tape, or because
Yes,
yes,
tape, duct
so
tape.
they do have the rhinestone tape, just so you know. So I have
Oh, I
the
didn't know
silver.
that.
Yes, it's on Amazon. It's the silver, and then they have red. I have a rainbow cane. We're gonna make like a black and purple one for Halloween. They're just like my show canes, but I
Yes,
even, I'll use them out in public. I love attention. So
yes. Hey, do your cane have a name? Because I named my cane.
no. Why have I not?
Really?
What's your cane name?
The baddest bitch.
That's right. BB, let's go.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna think of a cane name. I love that, and then
Yeah,
because I'm gonna introduce her to the audio. Oh, that's really okay. I'm gonna write that down.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my god, yes, that gives me like a whole thing to play with. That's amazing. But yeah,
That could
I
be a
think
whole nother year.
yes. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
And then I've got people asking me before, because before I got my guide dog, I would bring my cane, but I wouldn't use it and I would have it collapse. So
Yeah.
people did asked me if that was drumsticks before.
Oh, yes. You're like
Why
yes.
do I have that? All kind of stuff.
Isn't that crazy? It's so funny. Like people the other day, I was sitting around talking to some new comics, and people are afraid to like ask questions. I don't know if you've noticed that. Like they want to ask, but they don't want to upset you. I'm an open book. I'm not quite sure, how other, visually impaired people feel,
Hmm.
but it doesn't. I feel like it's a way to educate, especially
Hmm.
like with my comedy. I talk about one of the other jokes I do is, if you see me bumping around in a public bathroom, like don't put me in a handicap stall because I get lost in there. But like
Hmm.
a lot of people are always trying to put me in a handicap stall, and I'm like, no, I just need just a regular one. I'm fine. Like,
Yeah,
like how I'm gonna get
yeah,
lost in there, and then people are like, oh, I didn't even think about that. I was like, yeah, you don't have to think about it. So
right.
it's just a good way to, get people talking, and it was really cute. There was a kid, one of the venues here in San Antonio did a comedy workshop for kids, and there was a little boy, a blind little boy. He had heard about me, and it was so cute. So I'm trying to put together a show with people who have visual impairments, and get them going, here in town, because I think it would be great to have. I think he was 11 or something, but you know,
Yeah,
like
because you
show
give
them that it's
people
not.
hope.
Yep, it's crazy. You can't give up. I mean, I know that there's days, and that's what I learned through going to therapy. It's grieving process. Like
Yes.
you lost something, and as soon as they told me that, it like was an aha moment of like, oh yeah, no,
Hmm.
that's right. Like I just lost like the life that I thought I was going to live for the rest of it.
Yes.
And then eventually it got better, and I'm willing to take chances, and you only get one life, and you never know. So just live, man. Have
Exactly.
to
Exactly.
live.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, because it's easy to give up.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
It's easy to give up.
Do you know
So we
I now can order my own food from Walmart, and I'm like, should I get 2 gallons of ice cream and never leave the house again and just let
yeah.
the diabetes take me, or do I eat, some nice yogurt and then be like, all right, I'll leave the house? Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's easy to give up, but I mean, it's work. It's absolute work to not to keep going. And I know a lot of people, and I will say I am again very lucky that I have family and friends who are a major support team for me. My boyfriend, of course, and because I'll see in the Facebook groups, people are like, "Hey, I just lost my vision, and I don't know what to do, and I don't know, how I'm going to live and survive." And it's like, we get it, we understand. And that's why
Right.
I think it's so important to reach out and just be like, hey, I know you're going through stuff. If you see people, who post, and just be like, it's going to get better. It's just, you're going to have to fight through it.
Yes, you definitely have to fight through it because, like you say, you have good days and you have bad
Mhm.
days, and
Yep.
it's easy to stay in the funk.
Yep.
So,
And you would
yeah.
think it would be harder to stay angry, but I mean, there's again, like whenever yesterday when I found out I couldn't go to Chicago, I like
Mhm.
just separated. My mom was visiting, and I said I need to go and just be in my own, go to my room, separate
Right.
myself, realize like this is how my life is now, and just move on. And yeah, it hurts, but there's gonna be other opportunities.
I know you'll figure it out. You'll
Yeah,
start getting your A plan, a B plan, and a
yeah.
C plan.
Right? It's so funny. I love that because again, I don't interact a lot with visually impaired people. I need to do
Uh-huh.
more of that. But like it's so funny whenever I'm like asking people 1,000 questions and they're like, "Well, why do you need to know all this?" I was like, "Well, I need like backup plans for my backup plans."
Mhm.
And that's like another way like to, to teach people like, "Hey, like it's not easy for us. Like
Mhm.
we can't just leave the house, without at least three plans just in case." But yeah,
Girl.
I mean, thankfully
Mhm.
technology is got our back. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
We could always, because like I had went out to eat with one of my friends the other day, and she was
Mhm.
like, "How did you read that menu?" Baby, we have a whole bunch of apps in our
Yeah, right.
phones.
You're good.
So,
I love when people do things for me. I am such a princess. I think I was like trained to be a blind person because I'm like, "Ugh, just read it for me."
right?
Yeah, I'm kind of yeah, I need to be a better blind person, but I'm a brat blind person. I'm like, "Ugh, just go." I'll be like
That's
tell my
okay.
boyfriend I'll tell my boyfriend like, "Can you just like pour me a glass of ice water?" He's like, "Your legs don't work." He's like, "Just because you don't have any eyes." And I'm like, "Well, but my legs hurt from being blind." So
Okay, okay.
so sometimes I'll just be a pain in the butt, but it's funny. Like, of course, I'm being more independent, but but
Right.
there's sometimes my friend know I'm just being just a brat. But that's who I kind of was before I went blind. So
Hey, have you seen that movie In the Dark with Murphy
no, I haven't.
on Netflix? You gotta watch it.
All right, I'm
She
gonna watch.
has she has RP, and it's a series, and Murphy, like I'm like, shit. I don't know if I can say it on Facebook, but you gotta watch it.
Okay,
It's
was it? Wait,
good.
is it the one with the girl who's like trying to solve a crime with her friend or something?
Yes. Yes, she has
Okay.
a guide dog named
Yes.
Pretzel.
Yes, Pretzel. Yes, yes. I saw
Yes.
the first season of that, and I still
Okay.
could see when that was on. I was like, that girl ain't even blind.
She is.
She is in real
She
life.
just does the most. No, no, I
Uh,
don't think she is in real
uh,
life.
yeah. And I was like, man, we gotta get blind people in TV and movies now. Like I'm ready. Like we are gonna take over the world. I'm sorry. There's nothing we can't do. I mean, we can't do brain surgery yet, but
Not yet. Not yet.
not yet. But I mean, I feel like AI is gonna get us there eventually.
Mhm, mhm. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming on Blind and Thriving.
Heck yes.
Do you want to let everybody? Do you have a website or anything yet?
I do have an Instagram and a Facebook, and I'm
Okay.
such a terrible Instagram. Like I like again, I'm a brat, so I'm like, please someone post this. But I'm gonna start making videos soon. My Instagram is Selena Gomez Comedy, and I spell my name Selina.
Mhm.
So Selena Gomez Comedy. I think I'm about to start a new series, a web YouTube's thing where two of my friends will be under the influence of CBD, and one will be under tipsy alcohol, and then me blind, and we're all eating something, and we all talk about like what it is to us. So, and then I'm gonna blindfold them, and then we'll just switch it up. So yeah, no, like I'm
That's gonna
trying
be
to.
awesome.
Yeah, I think it would be so fun, and I'm also like, and I was telling him, I was like, I'm gonna make you guys some gumbo. We're gonna do that. Like, oh,
Yes.
girl, I'm so happy you're from Port Arthur. Like, oh
Yes.
my god, I
I'm gonna when we get off live, I'm gonna reach back out to you.
yes.
So maybe you can meet me to the convention or whenever.
Okay,
Like I
yeah,
say,
no, I'm down because that I can find. If not, I'll take a bus. We'll figure it out.
yeah, because I
Okay, cool.
definitely I take trips.
Yes. Oh, I love you already so much, and I really do appreciate you letting me come on your show. And you make like it makes my heart happy that we're out there and we're not alone, and we got to remind ourselves like we're gonna go through it, but we have people that understand. And yeah, I think I need to be more forward and find out more people in my area that
Mhm.
have low vision, so
Mhm.
and who are blind, because it's sometimes it does feel like we're alone in the darkness, no pun
Yes.
intended.
Yes. Yes. And it helps to have other people that you communicate with that, go through some of the same things. Because you could tell your sighted friends all
Yeah.
day and
Oh
they
yeah.
don't get it.
They don't understand. No,
Oh,
I'm already planning on like I don't know if they have it here in San Antonio, but they have like those blind restaurants where it's dark and everyone like eats in the dark, and I'm like that just seems like that's my everyday 3 to 5 meals a day, whatever I decide to eat. But I want my friends to kind of like go through that and see what the struggle is.
mhm,
So yeah, I think it's fun.
mhm,
So to everyone out there, educate your sighted people, because this world is not made for us, and
mhm.
we're gonna get through it though together, and I love it.
And we will. So I'm going to get off of here. My
Okay,
daughter is screaming my name.
girl. All right. So sorry. I love to talk. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna let
But,
you. Can you stop my thing? Because God, if I try,
oh,
someone
I'm
could
going to do it.
probably. Okay, cool. Because someone might end up seeing my chones, my little panties, and we don't. This is it for free. You gotta pay.
Okay, pay me. Now I'm playing. Okay, y'all. Y'all remember God made only one you. Be the best version of you that you can be. And we are out.
I
Bye.